So hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. Let's do this reading, yawning IELTS reading practice test. And this reading was part of just recent IELTS exam in Bangladesh. Definitely it can be repeated in India and other countries throughout the world. Okay, so basic point here is to get used to doing these kinds of practices. And here we have been given three types of question. Complete the summary below using the list of words. Next type of question we have, of course, you can recognize multiple choice question. Choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. And then finally we have been provided here yes, no, not given. So those who are beginner and those who are doing practice for 1 or 2 months, you can join this channel. You can do practice with me. When I am finding the location, when I am reading the question, you can pause the video and find your answers first and then resume the video. Try to match how I am trying to find the answers for all the questions and all. Of course, I am not saying I am the perfect. You can also be perfect student and you can also get 9 band scores. It's a matter of practice as well as your vocabulary and synonyms and its paraphrasing skills of the sentence structures. That's more important. Definitely your main focus is on the reading. Don't think that it is a boring practice test. No, every time I am doing reading practice, I am always eager to know the knowledge that they have provided here in this reading passage. These kinds of, definitely I am from different background. I am not a science student. So throughout the life, if you are not provided these kinds of reading practices, if you are not science student, definitely you will get some new knowledge about science also. There is no harm in reading this kind of practices. Okay, so every time just take it as a challenge. It's a quiz for you, you can say it. But answers are already given in this paragraph, so there is no harm. So let's start. I will not read anything. First of all, I am sharing you IELTS reading tips and tricks in every step. So I will be sharing you how you can find the answers, how you can leave the question if you are unable to get the location of that question. Definitely at the end or while doing the second type of question, you will get location of that question. And if you don't have time, please guess the answer. There is no negative marking in IELTS reading. Okay, so first question, as I have already shown it to you, complete the summary, and they have given here list of words. So first we can go through all list of words. Form and function, long yawns, seconds, fixed action pattern, 68 seconds, short yawns, reflex, sneeze, short duration, 6 seconds, half yawn. So this is not my English pronunciation test. I am doing only reading. I am helping you how to solve IELTS reading test. Okay, so let's start with instructions as I have already told you. So in answer sheet in front of these 1 to 6, you are not going to write full answer form, and suppose a number will come in suppose in here in 1 number question, suppose. Okay, then you are not going to write full form and function. You are going to write only a alphabet. Okay, only alphabets will come here. This is the instruction. Try to understand it. Now let's read this one. So when they have given the title of this summary, of course we are doing complete the summary. Title they have given provides early finding on yawns. So this will take us to the correct location. So it is not necessary in first, second, third or where we will get the location of this title. From there we will get the location of all the questions. Okay, provides early finding on yawns. Let's read 1 or 2 question also. Through his observation of yawns, Provine was able to confirm that do not exit. Something do not exit. Just like a dash, yawns cannot be interrupted after they have begun. So begin and interruption is also a keyword here. But I am sure definitely you will not get same words. Some words writer may be using synonym or paraphrasing kind of thing. So IELTS reading tips and tricks for fill in the blanks. The words before and after are also important to get correct answers for fill in the blanks. Okay, so these 3 things, and stimulus also I have read. Okay, sure. Let's read this. Provine's early finding on yawns. And when Robert Provine began studying yawning, in this it was difficult for him to convince research students. So convince, confirm, but it was difficult for him, they are saying. Students of the merits of yawning science, although it may appear quirky to some, Provine's decision to study. Okay, I am finding Provine's early findings on yawn. The verb to yawn is derived from Old English meaning to gap or wide. So here I think they are talking about definition of yawn and all. Provides collected yawns to study by using a variation of the response. He asked people to think about this and this. No, here, okay, yes, in third paragraph I can see same exact title, Provides early discoveries on yawns. It means we need to read third number paragraph. Okay, so let's move the screen and definitely we will be doing it. Yeah, so Provine's early discovery, it is starting here. It can be summarized as follow. The yawn is highly stereotyped but not invariant in its duration and form. Okay, duration is there or no? Okay, it is an excellent example of the instinctive fixed action pattern of classical animal behavior and study or ethology. It is not a reflex, short duration, rapid response to a simple stimulus. Word is here. Here it is, we are at the correct location. But once started, a yawn progress. Started means begun. Okay, second verb, third verb here, and it is second or third verb may be using. But once started, a yawn progresses with the inevitability of a sneeze. Okay, so here they are using example, just like a sneeze, yawns cannot be interrupted after they have begun. So how they have paraphrased the sentence, just look at this. Once started, a yawn progress with the inevitability of a sneeze. Like a sneeze we can't stop, that's why yawn also we can't interrupt it after they have begun. So just like a sneeze. So sneeze, it is given here in H number. So in answer sheet I will be writing here H. Okay, now first I am not getting what he was able to confirm, that do not exist. So here it is not given, is highly stereotyped but not invariant in, was able to confirm something he was confirming. It was an example of, okay, we can leave it now. So now this is because yawns occur as a rather than a stimulus response as was previously thought. Okay, stimulus word is here, see this, it means answer will be here. So it is an excellent example of the instinctive fixed action pattern of this is because yawn occur as a fixed action. See this, it is given here properly, fixed action pattern rather than a stimulus response as was previously thought. Try to read this sentence structure. It is an excellent example of this, of classical. It is not a reflex. So a simple sentence, how the writer has has split it into two sentences. He wants to say only this rather than stimulus here. He had just parted into two sentences. First he had talked about this fixed action pattern and it is not a reflex. Now in the blanks he had combined these two sentences into one. So answer will be D. D will come. Now coming to in measuring the time, see this, I have left first question because I am not getting what he was able to confirm that do not exist. So this kind of sentence structure I have not this thing, because title is starting over here. Definitely all answers will be after that. In measuring the time taken to yawn, Provines found that a typical yawn lasts about, typical word is important, last about dash. He also found that it is a common for people to yawn a number of times in quick. Okay, so let's read further. The standard yawn, standard is typical yawn. Try to understand the paraphrasing synonyms. The standard yawn runs its course over about 6 seconds. About is also there. Okay, so over about 6 seconds on average. So we will write 6 seconds somewhere. Yeah, it is J number. Okay, this also we have selected. This is J number. Okay, Now fifth, it is also found that common for people to yawn a number of times in quick succession, with the yawns usually being around apart. So what is apart? But its duration can range from about 3 seconds to much longer than the average. There are no half yawns. Provine was able to confirm that no, negative word is here only, there are no half yawn. So half yawn word is here, it is given in K number, sorry. So in first K number will come here. So this is difficult kind of fill in the blanks, I must say. Okay, so as compared to typical kind of fill in the blanks, this is little difficult kind of. So fifth question we can say, there is an example of the typical intensity of fixed action patterns and a reason why you cannot stifle yawns. Just like a cough, yawn can come in with a highly also common for people to yawn number of times in quick succession, with the yawns usually being around apart when, okay, number of times no longer, there is an example of typical intensity, number of times you can say, of fixed action patterns and a reason why you cannot stifle yawn. Stifle word is not there. Okay, just like a cough, yawn can come in boots with a highly variable interyawn is given. Okay, interval which is generally about 68 seconds. 68 seconds word is given, but really rarely more than 70. So usually is generally is usually, so the words before blank is important, usually being around, it is 68 seconds. So here I will mark it E number. Okay, now last is when studying weather, length and rate. So length and rate, so I can see duration is length. Okay, so there is no relation between frequency is rate. Okay, let me shift the page. As I told you, 6th number, they are talking about length. Yes, when studying whether length and rate were connected, okay, there is no relation between yawn and frequency duration. Producers of short and long term do not compensate by yawning more and or over lesson. But here they are saying when studying whether, okay, whether it is also not confirmed. Length and rate were connected. Province concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce dash to make up for this. Yawning more, what is left? Okay, if first is left, B is also left, second is also left, means C is also left, F is also left, G is also, and I. Okay, so Province concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce to make up for this. Okay, long yawn word is given. Yes, so if at the end you are not getting answers, try to find these words over here. So no other word is given. See this, long yawns do not compensate by yawning. Okay, short word is here. Province concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce dash to produce word is there of short or long yawn. So short word, short duration, it is not there, but long yawns we can fit it here. So it is long yawns. Okay, it is B number. I have explained you, hopefully I have explained you in each and every step. And now let's do multiple choice questions. Let's do this multiple choice question. Definitely they have given choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. You should understand the strategy for multiple choice questions. If you follow your own strategy, definitely you will get benefit, and whatever I am also telling you, you can also try with this method also. First, I will read only question statement. I will not read any option. Okay, So that's more important, otherwise you will get confused after finding the location. So first I have read the question statement, let's do it one by one. So what did Provine conclude from his closed nose yawn experiment? See this closed nose yawn, it is the title is given to this paragraph. Definitely we are going to read this paragraph. And what did Provine conclude for this experiment? So it means conclude means his result for this experiment we need to find out. So let's read it. Subjects are, so keyword was no, this is not the keyword was closed nose yawn, so we have already recognized. Subjects here means the students or the people on which this experiment is going on, that is subjects, are asked to pinch their nose closed when they feel themselves start to yawn. Most subjects, so they are explaining the things here, how the experiment was going on. Most subjects report being able to perform perfectly normal closed nose yawns. This indicates that the inhalation at the time of onset of a yawn and the exhalation is at its and need not involve the nostrils. The mouth provides a sufficient airway. So this indicates here means this is the result they are talking. So conclusion means this is the these three last sentence they are talking about conclusion. So now we have read, we have understood. First we will eliminate 2 or 3 options, whatever is left. Sometimes in 2 options we are having confusion, then we need to read it thoroughly and try to match the meaning of, if suppose A and B we have left and C and D we have eliminated from the list, then we will read it again and try to match its meaning. If the meaning of both the things are same, then that will be the answer. So ending a yawn requires use of the nostrils. Now here they are saying mouth provides a sufficient airway. So actually this is the thing they are saying. So this is false statement. You can yawn without breathing your nose. So this is the thing they are saying. And exhalation at its need not involve the nostril. So you can yawn without breathing through your nose. So this is the answer. I think this is perfect. They are saying it like that. Breathing through the nose produces a silent yawn. So silent kind of thing, I don't think so they have discussed. The role of the nose in yawning needs further investigation. Investigation kind of thing is also not given, that in further they will investigate more. That way you need to do it multiple choice question. Now let's do 8 number question. Provine's clenched next paragraph it is given. Experiment shows that. So what this experiment shows that, again this is also this kind of thing. This is also experiment kind of thing they are talking. Okay, let me move the page. I know I am explaining you too much, but yes, definitely if you watch this video you will get benefit, and side by side you can subscribe, like, and hype my video also. Provine's clenched. Okay, subjects are asked to clench their teeth when they feel themselves start to yawn, but allow themselves to inhale normally through their open lips and clenched teeth. Okay, this variant gives one sensation of being stuck mid-yawn. This shows that gapping of the jaws is an essential component. The Provine's clenched teeth yawn experiment shows, yes, shows word is here, so you will read it. This shows that gapping of the jaws is an essential component of the fixed action pattern of yawn, and unless it is accomplished, the program or will not run to completion. The yawn is also shown to be more a deep breath, because unlike normal breathing, inhalation can be performed so well through the clenched teeth as through the nose. Okay, yawning is unconnected with fatigue. Fatigue means tiredness and all. It is not given. A yawn is equivalent to of a deep intake of breath. It is also not explained. You have to be able to open your mouth wide to yawn. Breathing with the tooth together is as efficient as through the nose. You have to be able to. So these two we have eliminated. Now C and D. Gapping of the jaws is an essential component of the fixed action pattern of the yawn. Unless it is accomplished, the program will not run to completion. You have to be able to open your mouth wide to yawn. The cause deep breath is given. Also shown to be more than a deep breath, because unlike normal breathing, inhalation and exhalation cannot be performed so well through the clenched teeth as through the nose. Okay, so when clenched teeth is there, you can't do properly inhalation and exhalation. They are saying you have to be able to open your mouth wide to yawn. Breathing with the teeth together is as efficient. No, efficient kind of thing they are not explaining. That breathing with the teeth together, it is not explained, so it means C is left only. Now next one, ninth number, we can read it. Question statement: the nose yawn experiment, this is here, was used to test whether yawning. So this test was used to test whether yawning. Okay, this variant test the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. This variant tests the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. Okay, actually this sentence is saying I think this is the complete answer. They are this test showing whether the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn, it is given. But let's read it little bit further. Unlike normal breathing, which can be performed equally well through mouth or nose, yawning is impossible via nasal inhalation alone. Okay, with the clenched teeth yawn, the nose yawn provides the unfulfilling sensation of being stuck in mid yawn. Okay, so I will not read further. I think more things they have explained it here. Can be stopped after it has stated, is the result of the motor programming. Where is motor programming? No, it involves both inhalation and exhalation. Why nasal inhalation? Okay, so here it is clearly given yawning is impossible via nasal inhalation alone. Is the involves both inhalation and exhalation. Okay, can be accomplished only through. Okay, so I think this will come. Can be accomplished only through nose. Whether okay. No, we are going wrong. So here they are asking, this experiment was used to test whether yawning, adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. This is the answer. So can be accomplished only through the nose. Whether this yawning can be accomplished only through the nose, but here they are saying yawning is impossible only via nasal inhalation alone. So that you can select this D number, not C number. Okay, so here he was testing whether yawning was doing through nasal airway only. Then in people paralyzed on one side because of the brain damage. Okay, brain damage, what, let's find it. Can be accomplished equally through brain damage. Motor program is here. For yawning will not run to completion without feedback. Okay, so let's move to next this thing. Yes, we were looking for brain damage word. So this paragraph we have done. Now I am looking for brain damage, eyes, tears, everything is there, and paralyzed something. Nothing is there. In next paragraph, let's find brain damage, body. Yeah, brain is here. Yes, brain damage is here. Okay, let's read it from here. The most extraordinary demonstration of the yawn stretch linkage occurs in many people. Paralyzed word is also here. See this, on one side of their body because of the brain damage caused by stroke. The prominent British this and this and this, that when these people yawn, they are startled and mystified to observe that their otherwise paralyzed arm rises and flexes automatically in what neurologists term as associated response. So full from here to here they have started with this sentence structure, and they have explained it, who had explained it, and the reason also. So let's read it. Yawning may involve only one side of the face. They are not talking. The yawning response indicates the recovery is likely. Yawn has started, flexibility, recovery kind of thing is also not there. Whatever I have understood from here, they have started, and who had given this, and he had also explained it in inverted comma. Movement in paralyzed arm word was there, it's stimulated by yawning. So other paralyzed arm rises, okay, they are startled and mystified to observe that their otherwise paralyzed arm rises and flexes automatically inward, okay. Movement in paralyzed arm is stimulated. So arm word was there, so I can select this, but let's read this. Yawning can be used as an example to prevent muscle wasting. Muscle wasting, I will just mark it wrong also. That's why I have selected this. They are talking about reasoning. In reasoning, arm kind of thing. Arm rises. That's why. Now coming to 11th number question. Let's do 11th number question in the last paragraph. This is the last paragraph. Okay. So we were reading this paragraph for 10th number question. Last paragraph. Okay. So in the last paragraph, the writer concludes that, okay, writer Provine speculated that in general yawning may have many functions and selecting a single function from the available option may be unrealistic goal. Yawning appears to be associated with a change of behavioral state, switching from one activity to another. Yawning is also a reminder that ancient and unconscious behavior linking us to the animal world lurks beneath the veneer of culture, rationality and language, okay. So many things they have given. Yawning is a sign of boredom, okay, boredom word. So how I am selecting the answer, just look at this. So boredom kind of thing, it is not given in this paragraph. Yawn is spite of the development of our species, is in spite of the development, I think it is they want to say. Yawning is more passive activity than we imagine. This is also in journal. Speculated is there. In journal, yawning may have many functions and selected a single function. Okay. So this is not a passive activity than we imagine. Imagination kind of thing. It is not there. We are stimulated to yawn when our brain activity is low. Brain kind of thing is also not explaining it here. So only one B option is left. We can select this. Now let's do last 3 questions, that is yes, no, not given instructions. Please read it. It is also like true, false, not given. Only difference is only these things, these results or research as given by some writers or some researchers kind of thing. So let's read it. Research students were initially reluctant to appreciate the value of Provine students. So research students were initially reluctant. So it means this full reading passage we have gone through. Now coming to first paragraph. Yes, in second paragraph they were telling it was when Robert R. Provine began studying yawning in 1960s, it was difficult for him to convince research students. Yes. So instead of writing the same sentence structure, here it is saying in paragraph, it was difficult for him to convince research students. Here it is saying research students were initially reluctant, means opposing to appreciate the value of Provine's study. So it means this is yes, same thing they are saying it. Yes. 13th, when fetuses yawn and stretch, they are learning how to control. So this fetus kind of word throughout the reading passage was not there. So I will mark it not given. So yes, not given is there. Of course, this will be no. But let's read it. According to Provine, referring to only one function is probably inadequate to explain why people yawn. Okay, referring to only one function is probably inadequate to explain why people yawn. Okay. Although it may appear quirky to some, Provine's decision to study yawning was a logical extension of his research in developmental neuroscience. Okay. Referring to only one function is probably inadequate to explain why people. According to Provine, referring to only one function is probably inadequate. Okay. The verb gap open, but in addition to gaping jaws, yawning has significant features. They are easy to observe. Okay, features word is here. See this? Has significant features. So referring to only one function is probably inadequate. So this is also correct actually. Here not only one function, so yawning has significant features he is talking. So this is also yes, I don't think so it is no answer will be there, we can check it.